I am Lisa Price, and this is my American dream.
Be yourself always.
My love for fragrance started very, very early with a bottle of perfume on my grandmother's dresser. I have been in love with perfume and fragrance ever since. I did love being in the kitchen with my grandmother cooking, but I never thought I'd be a business person. A friend of mine was working with the producers on The Cosby Show, and the writer-producers needed assistance in the writing department. I was a really good secretary, and I knew how to type and take notes, so she thought that I'd be perfect for the job, and I interviewed, and I started my television career in the last 2 seasons of The Cosby Show. I did think that that was going to be my career path because it was really enjoyable, so I thought that's what I was going to do for the rest of my career. When I had time off and I went into my kitchen to experiment and make products, it came from a place of, I love what I'm doing and I'm relaxed and I'm not stressed. In 1996, I was expecting my first son, Forrest, and I had to make a choice whether or not I was going to stay at home and, raise him as well as work the business, or if I was going to try and work. So the logical thing to do was to give up the job. When I first started to make products, the goal was to make my own scents. And because I knew fragrances lasted better when you wore the ancillary products, I needed the lotions and the creams and the soaps to go with it. So I went into the kitchen with the experience of knowing how to cook. It was just a lot of experimentation and playing in the kitchen. Then one weekend, 21 years ago, my mom's church was having a flea market. I made a batch of butters and I put them in baby food jars and I made my labels by hand and I took them to that flea market and I sold all of them. That summer, I just spent my weekends outside selling from a small card table and collecting names and telephone numbers for people, and it really just kept growing from there, from word of mouth. I named the company Carol's Daughter because it was one of the things that I was and am. I listed things that I wanted to become, and then I listed things that I was. When I said Carol's Daughter, I just had that goosebump kind of feeling and felt like that was it. And entrepreneurs out there, I know they know what I'm talking about. When you have that gut feeling like that's it, that's the one, that's why I have to do this. It was also that driving force. I'm looking at her name every day, and I cannot fail. Like, I've got to make this work for mommy. And then I get to celebrate her. I get to tell people about her and talk about her. And so she never leaves me. She's always here.